Welcome to iSing's first ever virtual coffee house. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we'll be celebrating Music for Change. This concert is inspired by you. We saw you march in protest last spring. We see you posting on social media in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, speaking out against injustices. And now we see you passionate about voting and the upcoming election. We believe in the power of young people to change the world. That's why we started iSing. Enjoy these songs tonight, which highlight important themes: mental health, civil rights, women's rights. All of these things are so important, and we hope you enjoy these young women raising their voices tonight.
What They'll Say About Us is an anthem dedicated to the past few months of sweeping social change and protests against racial injustice all throughout the United States while much of the country has been in lockdown. Phineas wrote this song after attending a protest in downtown LA, where he was filled with hope with the prospect of millions of people coming together to fight against institutionalized racism and racial injustice. At the same time, he was thinking about the millions of people who have friends, family members, colleagues, peers, also fighting against a horrific virus. He thought some would wake up and recover, and others, tragically, would not. This song is dedicated to all those who have endured 2020, and it is my hope that it would bring some comfort to anyone who might need it. You're tired now, lie down. I'll be waiting to give you the good news. It might take patience, and when you wake up, it won't be over, so don't you give up. We've got the time to take the world and make it better than it ever was. That's what they'll say about us. If I say a cliche, it's 'cause I mean it, and we can't walk away. We've gotta get in between it, and when you wake up, we'll grow together, so don't you give up. We've got the time to take the world and make it better than it ever was. That's what they'll say about us. I never said it would be easy. I'm never giving up, believe me. I used to think the pain would fade, but it never does. You're tired now, lie down. I'll be waiting to give you the good news. It might take patience, and if you don't wake up, I'll know you tried to. I wish you could see her. She looks just like you.
Hello, I'm singing Where Have All the Flowers Gone by Pete Seeger and Joe Hickerson, and most famously performed by Peter, Paul, and Mary. So this is a strophic song, which means that the melody is repeated and the lyrics are the only thing that are different. So there are 5 verses. I shortened it to 3 in my song, but the verses basically say that the flowers have been picked by young women who married husbands, and then the husbands were sent off to war to become soldiers, and they died, and so the young women put the flowers all over their graveyards. And at the end of each verse, it repeats twice, when will they ever learn, to really emphasize the fact that history is just repeating itself and that there are only consequences that result in these actions that we keep doing. For example, the concentration camps in China are similar to the ones of World War II. And, in our history classes, we think, how could anyone ever let that happen? But we need to realize that it's happening right now and that we need to do something about it, because we need to learn from our past and not repeat it. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Girls have picked them, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Taking husbands, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth, an iSing alumna, and I'm going to be singing Lady of the Harbor by Joe Jenks. This song I originally heard last year in a choir at university performed by the group Windborne, originally as a quartet a cappella piece, and the first time I heard it I was just so moved by its lyrics and the message that it had regarding immigration and border control. And so I thought that this song would be really applicable to the theme, Music for Change. From far away and distant lands, the tempest tossed with hopeful hearts and callous hands, reach for the light, the torch held high, cast their gaze upon the Lady of the Harbor, and she welcomes them with open arms. She said, "Let my children in, shine on, shine on, oh you Lady of the Harbor." And so it was, our families sailed from all across the world unto these shores. Some came in chains and others free. Some were here before the Lady of the Harbor. Now we're locking down the border refrain? Or will we fall into our fears, cast our backs against the Lady of the Harbor? No, we'll welcome them with open arms and say, let our children in. Shine on, oh you Lady of the Harbor.
Hi, my name is Morgie, and I'm performing Brave by Sarah Bareilles. And so in the chorus of this song, the lyrics are, say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. And this is just saying that you have to speak up and you have to say what is important to you, even if it might seem scary at first. You have to be brave and do it, because if there's a big problem that's happening in the world and no one speaks up and says that it's wrong, change would never happen. So, you just speaking up and saying a few words to just one person could eventually lead to change, because that person could say it to another person who says it to another person who says it to another person, and eventually it could get to a big person who could create big change in the world. So one person truly can change the world just by saying a few words and speaking up.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast, be the backlash, somebody's that love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing gonna hurt you, the way the words do. They settle beneath your skin, crept on the inside. No sunlight, sometimes the shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Falling for the fear and also disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you could let the light in. Show me how big your brain is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Innocence, your history of silence won't do you any good. Did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell him the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you be brave. See you be brave, I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave.
Hi Hi, my name is Paisley and I'll be singing I Choose You by Sarah Bareilles. And I chose this song for the social change theme because the music video features same-sex couples, which I think is important because people should have equal representation in the media, no matter your sexuality, race, or anything.
Let the bow break, let it come down crashing. Let the sun fade out to the dark sky. Can't say I didn't even notice it was absent, 'cause I could live by the light in your eyes. I'll unfold before you what I've strung together. This is the first words of a lifelong love letter. Tell the world that we finally got it all right. I choose you. I will become yours and you will become mine. I choose you. I choose you. There was a time when I would have believed that if you told me you could not come true, just love's illusion. My whole heart will be yours forever. This is a beautiful start to a lifelong love letter. Tell the world that we finally got it all right. I choose you. I will become yours and you will become mine. I choose you. I choose you.
Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the new day has brought us. Oh, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on to victory as one.
Melania, and I'm gonna be singing My Future by Billie Eilish. I chose this song because it represents hope. Life isn't great right now, but we need to hold the hope that it will get better, and it will get better. We just need to keep that in our minds as we go through our day. I can't seem to focus, and you don't seem to notice I'm not here. I'm just a mirror. You check your complexion to find your reflections all alone. I had to go.
changed my plans, 'cause I'm in love with my future. Can't wait to meet her. I'm in love, but not with anybody else. Just wanna get to know myself. I'm supposedly I'm lonely now. No, I'm supposed to be unhappy without someone. But aren't I someone? To be your answer, 'cause you're so handsome, but I know better than to drive you home, 'cause you'd invite me in, and I'd be yours again. But I'm in love with my future, and you don't know I'm in love, but not with anybody here. I'll see you in a couple years.
In 1963, 4 little girls were putting on their choir robes, getting ready to sing at the 16th Street Church in Birmingham, Alabama. Their lives were taken from them when a bomb exploded, planted by members of the Ku Klux Klan. The little girls were killed and dozens more were injured. A year later, Joan Baez released this song, Birmingham Sunday, to remind us of this hateful event, but also to remind us that the killers still hadn't been brought to justice. In fact, they weren't brought to justice until decades later. My favorite part of this song is the lyric at the end of each verse that says, "And the choir kept singing of freedom." When I sang this lyric over and over again, my heart hurt with grief and with hope for something better. I recorded these vocals a cappella, and I worked with my husband to create an electronic accompaniment that would be both beautiful and disturbing. Come round by my side, and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly, it'll do no one wrong. On Birmingham Sunday, the blood ran like wine, and the choir kept singing of freedom. That cold autumn morning, no eyes saw the sun, and Addie Mae Collins, her number was 1. At an old Baptist church, there was no need to run, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The clouds, they were dark, and the autumn wind blew, and Denise McNair brought the number to 2. The falcon of death was a creature they knew, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The church church, it was crowded, but no one could see that Cynthia Wesley's dark number was 3. Her prayers and her feelings would shame you and me, and the choir kept singing of freedom. Young Carol Robertson entered the door, and the number her killers had given was 4. She asked for a blessing and asked for no more, and the choir kept singing of freedom. On Birmingham Sunday, a noise shook the ground, and people all over the earth turned around, for no one had heard a more cowardly sound, and the choir kept singing of freedom. That Sunday has come, and the Sunday has gone, and we can do much more than sing you this song. We'll sing it so loudly, we'll sing it so strong. Let the choir keep singing of freedom.
Rainbow by Casey Musgraves is a really beautiful song, and it also has a really beautiful message. It tells you that no matter what, you always have a rainbow hanging over your head, and it'll be alright. She says, "Rainbow is something that I can dedicate to anyone who has any kind of weight on their shoulders. It was written as a message to my own self, but also to anyone feeling that they need welcome." I think that's really beautiful, and it's really a reminder that everyone needs right now during this time, that we're all beautiful and we all have a rainbow over our heads.
When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe, and all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. Well, the skies finally open, and the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. If you could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors, yellow, red, orange, and green, and at least a million others. Tie up the boat, take off your coat, and take a look around. Well, the skies finally open, and the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head, and there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head.
I Can't Breathe, a phrase echoed around the world in reference to the last words of Eric Garner, George Floyd, and at least 70 others who died at the hands of the police, is the title of this song by her. It is a protest against centuries of racism, injustice, and violence against Black people. I Can't Breathe is a piece of art, powerful in creating change and healing wounds.
Starting a war, screaming peace at the same
is a gun to a man that surrenders? What's it gonna take for someone to defend her? If we all agree that we're equal as people, then why can't we see what is evil? I can't breathe. You're taking my life from me. I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. How do we cope when we don't love each other? Where is the hope and the empathy? How do we judge off the color the structure was made to make us the enemy? Praying for change cause the pain makes you tender. All of the names you refuse to remember was somebody's brother, friend, or son of a mother who's crying. Sing, I can't breathe. You're taking my life from me. I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Contralto Marion Anderson was born in 1897 and grew up in Philadelphia. After high school, she applied to the Music Academy in Philadelphia, but it was all white and she was very rudely turned away due to her race. In 1925, she won a singing prize sponsored by the New York Philharmonic, and she went on to lots of success by audiences and critics alike. She was able to perform over the next few years at Carnegie Hall, at Orchestra Hall in Chicago, and she went on a European tour where she sang all over Europe, Scandinavia, London, and Italy. In Finland, she met Jean Sibelius, and they became friends, and he composed many works for her, and they had a long professional and personal relationship. When Arturo Toscanini, the famously persnickety conductor of La Scala and the New York Phil, met her, he told her she had a voice heard once in 100 years. In the 30s, she was offered operatic roles in Europe, but declined due to the fact that she hadn't had any acting training, partially because she was turned away from universities and singing schools. So in the late 30s, she returned to the United States and was performing 70 recitals a year in the US, and she was very famous, but she still experienced a lot of prejudice. One specific time, she was about to sing at Princeton, and the local hotels denied her a room. So Albert Einstein heard about it and said, "You can come stay with me." And they ended up having a very long, friendly relationship. A few years later, she was invited to sing in Washington by Howard University, a historically black university. They needed a bigger hall than Howard had, and so they thought, well, Constitution Hall is perfect. But it was owned by the Daughters of the American Revolution, who had a whites-only clause in their Constitution Hall paperwork. When she heard of this, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt very publicly renounced her membership with the DAR. Caused quite a stir. So then, one of the leaders of the NAACP had the idea to hold it outside, and where better to hold it than at the Lincoln Memorial, the memorial to the great emancipator. So she sang a recital, fairly short, about 30 minutes, on Easter Sunday, 1939, and after that, she was able to continue to break barriers to the United States. Only 4 years later, she was officially invited by the DAR to perform in Constitution Hall. And then in 1955, she was the first black singer to sing at the Met. She sang at the inaugurations of both Eisenhower and Kennedy, and lived until 1993. She was 96 when she died. Very wonderful life. So when she began this recital, she was introduced by the Secretary of the Interior, who was a fairly high-level person to be introducing what could have been just a voice concert. But it was one of the first outdoor concerts in Washington, and it was for a singer who was denied residency at a hall simply due to her race. The first thing she sang at this outdoor concert was America, which starts, "My country 'tis of thee." She changed the words to, instead of thee I sing, she said, "Of thee we sing." So I'll sing that for you now, and I've changed a few more words in that spirit.